Hello, everybody. Welcome back to WTF, one of the Facts Game Show. MikeC.
And I'm Fred Watt.
Hey, man, retro Sunday. I forgot what day this is, but this is a retro throwback.
Yeah, it's Retro Wednesdays, man. I think we need to start this thing back up. So, this is the first episode of Retro Wednesdays of 2024. So, today we're going to do a little different twist. We're talking about Ready to Rumble, but
Mm-hmm.
Mike is going to talk about it from a PlayStation 1 point of view, and I'm going to talk about it from a Dreamcast point of view. All right. And on this one, we don't give any ratings. We just talk about the games, right? So on the Dreamcast, It was released in September. It was released on September the 9th, 1999, and that was one of the many of games that came out with it when the system came out. Mike, when did it come out again for the PlayStation?
The PlayStation released like 2 months later, November the 16th, 1999, same year.
Now, I'm not sure of all the characters' names, but
Mm.
on Startup, it had a lot of characters. The ones that I can remember faithfully, the only one that I can't remember is the dude with the afro. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he was like a standout, you know what I'm saying? Because I think he was, wasn't he was on the cover.
yeah, he
He
was
was on
on
the
the
cover
cover.
of Ready to Rumble.
hmm And we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the graphics on the PlayStation side, and Mike is going to talk about the graphics on the. I'm going to talk about the graphics on the Dreamcast side. He's going to talk about the
Dreamcast.
PlayStation One side. Um, to me, the the Dreamcast was an innovative system, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Mike didn't have a chance to play it. Matter of fact, um, I'm gonna let you hold the Dreamcast for a minute, and this is gonna be a part one,
Okay.
because he never had a Dreamcast, and I gotta find the VGA cord for it though. But it's real dim a little bit because of the how old it is and the CMOS battery is kind of gone. But I can remember buying this at the GameStop in Greenbelt, where the Golden Dome used to be at, and that was one of the games that I picked up for a release date, and it was like $49 or $39. And when I got home, um, that's when I was married at that time, and I had a party at the house for the Dreamcast release. And man, I tell you, that game was awesome. The game was awesome. I mean, the graphics on it, it was just not your typical like and like in depth game. Like where it was just fun. It, it was just fun. There was an unlockable, and I can't remember if Michael Jackson was one of the unlockable boxes on there. I don't know if that was Ready to Rumble 1 or Ready to Rumble 2, but I remember there was a secret box in there. But you initially started with well over, I would say, almost 15 different characters to box from. And there was a story mode that you could go to and complete the series out. But I mean, it was just fun, man. It was, you put the game in, you played it. And that was it, man. And you know, it came with two joysticks, so um, I think it came with two joysticks.
Yeah,
Well,
Dreamcast did.
I had two joysticks at that time, and man, and we had a ball playing that game. Ready to Rumble was one of the most iconic games that was on the Dreamcast, man, and that system, was ahead of its time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That didn't get enough love from everything that it can do, from being on the internet. This game you couldn't play, it didn't have the internet capability, but it was just fun. It was a fun comedic, get you out of the state that you're in. I mean, the headspace. I mean, it was a fun game, and it just looked beautiful on the Dreamcast, man. It was like when you seen these graphics, especially when you had, in my opinion, when you had everything else for it to compete with, you was like, how can graphics get any better than this? because
Yep.
it was just mind blowing. These graphics was mind blowing. I think it was at 420. I believe it wasn't 720p. I believe it was 420p, and I had the big screen TV playing this thing on. And man, just the the Ready to Rumble game was just awesome, man. It was just um, it, it it was awesome. Um, but Mike is going to talk
See,
about the PlayStation side of it. Um,
uh,
talk about this game, Mike.
all right. So the PlayStation side. So I was up there looking just to see how many characters that they have, as far as on this.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like you started off with just a couple characters that, but you can unlock them as you play through it.
Mm-hmm.
The graphic wise, it doesn't compare to the doesn't compare to the Dreamcast version of it. It's like going to the arcade and coming home trying to play something. It wasn't there yet. It's there now. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? If in the arcades out there now, it's there now. We actually do have like an arcade in our house as of now. You know what I'm saying? But back then, nah, brother. The PlayStation One wasn't really hitting on nothing. But it was my first opportunity to play Ready to Rumble. I played a little bit of it. I was more into I did like the what's that? The Afro guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a guy I could relate to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I just could relate to him. And I did like the fact that they had Michael Buffer as the announcer. He's like, "Let's get ready to rumble," you know, all that stuff that he does and everything like that. So it really was a real cool game. And at the very end, you got to actually fight him as the boss. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How he started introducing, you know what I'm saying, the next fighter is one of the great fighters or whatever. He is me. Then he like gets all big and strong and everything. Then you got to fight him for a final boss, man, which was really freaking cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I really did enjoy playing it my little time as far as through it. But when I finally saw like the Dreamcast version, like, man, why was I playing this stuff? But you know, back then, graphics wasn't really top on your list. You was just really about the fun of the game. You know what I'm saying? Because this
Mm-hmm.
is a time where we thought square type people was it, man. You know what I'm saying? They was all squared off. Like, man, you see the polygons? You could count them on one hand. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those times. It's like, oh man, you see the graphics and stuff like that. Oh man, look at it. You almost could make out his eyeball and everything. You know, but man, it was fun playing. It was fun playing back then, man. You know, grabbing other sticks, you and the person. What's that? What they call it? Couch co-op. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? That's just how we used to play back in the day. Ain't no online and stuff like that. It was just a person next to you. Like, all right, let's do a couple rounds and everything, which was fun. I really enjoyed playing this game, man. So the game was fun when I played it and everything. So I had a good time with it. It was a great time, brother.
Yeah, and um, it's nothing like revisiting these old games, especially when it comes to uh like a stall in releasing games on the next gen consoles. If
Like a long time.
if you still possess these games, the original hardware consoles and the original games, it's great. If you can find it to do it another way, that's even better. But yeah, man, this Ready to Rumble is like one of my all-time favorite non-serious boxing games. I mean, just look at like I did get the one that's on PlayStation One now that I'm remembering because I loved it so much on the Dreamcast, and I do remember the differences in the graphics. But the gameplay to me was about the same. I mean, you still had the same loading times
Yeah, low.
for each character. Um, I, I I don't know if they had inside of the sticks for the PlayStation version, but I do remember with the Dreamcast version, you did have like the little rumble pack that you can put inside of it,
Mm.
and then when you either punched or got hit, your joystick would, yeah, I mean your controller would, vibrate. But I don't know if they had that for PlayStation One, but
Hey, do you remember when they introduced? I'm sorry, I'm jumping consoles or whatever. Remember when they actually introduced the Rumble Pack for the what was it, the 64?
yeah,
I think it was the 64 where they introduced Man, we thought that was revolutionary. Like, oh my gosh, I can feel the vibrations in the controller. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the first step into actually really feeling something in the
Mm-hmm.
controller to make the game feel more alive. So that's a real good throwback far as for that. I think they were the start innovators of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ready to Rumble was the start innovators as far as for that Rumble. It was quiet for a little bit, then it came back with the Nintendo 64.
And if I'm not mistaken, I can swear that Ready to Rumble or either Ready to Rumble 2 was on the Nintendo 64.
I believe so. Yep.
Because
Uh, Part two was yeah.
first of all, this game was made by Midway. Midway was like the Tupac and Biggie Smalls of of the game developers of that time. You know, you had God of War, you had no, not God of War. I'm sorry. You had games like oh, Mortal Kombat. How can I forget that? So they was on
Yeah.
top with
They
this
just
stuff.
started. Mortal Kombat first came out. It was under Midway.
Yeah.
That's the first. I think it was a Midway or Acclaim. It was one of them.
No,
I
I
think
think
Acclaim and Midway. Hold on one second. Now I got to do some research.
I could have sworn it
I think
was
it
a
was Midway.
yeah.
Midway was the first Midway.
But while Mike um, researched that, uh, we want y'all to fact check us, man. But
Yep.
this it's nothing like revisiting these old um, systems, man. Because if you still have them, like I said, and they work, you clean the laser off, or um, they just work. Sometimes you have more fun playing these games than some of the current gen games that we have now. I think that a lot of stuff is putting emphasis into what the game looks like, and sometimes as gamers we don't really care what the outside of the book looks like, right? Um, we care more about the
Since
playing the game, you know, the
mm,
feel of the game, the you know, is just going to keep my
factor,
attention.
the fun factor of the game. So Midway, Mortal Kombat did come out for Midway. Then they had Mortal Kombat 2 for Acclaim, but Midway was
Yeah, that's
like the
right.
first.
I forgot that Acclaim did make that,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
so we've seen a lot of rise and falls of different gaming companies or whatever, bro. More so now than any time, far as some of these companies though.
yeah, I would just love PlayStation, um, and whoever has that copyright of, or whoever develops that Ready to Rumble, hey, put it on these next gen consoles, man, and just update the graphics, but
There you go.
keep the gameplay as what it was back in the day. Just update the graphics. And Ready to Rumble is one of these games like Street Fighter. There's not really much to do. I mean, because the game is going to look great anyway. You know, it's
Mhm.
not a realistic game. It's the Street Fighter type stuff. So if y'all can remake uh, Ready to Rumble, you have some happy campers. Also, Dino Crisis, not the two, but the one, the Dino Crisis one. You skip part two, but if y'all can remake Ready to Rumble, come on, man, put that on the PlayStation or put that on a put that ready. Is Ready to Rumble on the Switch? Is it on the Switch?
I
I
haven't
don't.
seen it on the Switch. That's a good question.
These
Let me
are
see.
great. This is a great IP to bring back to the masses, man. Ready to
Really?
Rumble is a game that you don't need to pick up a strategy book or go online and figure out how to beat the final boss. Ready to Rumble is a game that you can just pop in and play. And now that we have the technology where we don't have to wait for loading times, this is one of the games that y'all should be playing. This will make a non-gamer be a gamer, or a person that hasn't gamed since the I don't want to say the olden days because I don't want to sound old, but this will bring people back into gaming, especially when you have downtime where there's nothing really coming out that's in your preference, right? So, Ready to Rumble, man, is top notch game, man. Top notch game. Not doesn't look so good on the PlayStation side, but if you can find it on the Dreamcast, I have it. Well, my my ex-wife, she destroyed all of my retro consoles, and I had to. I don't even want to think about. I'm going through enough as it is. I don't even want to think about that. But I was able to get another Dreamcast with the Dreamcast that I got now. The display port is getting real dim on it, and I know I can fix it, but those are secondary issues. But I do physically own Ready to Rumble and Ready to Rumble 2. So I physically own those games, and it's nothing like playing on current the original gen hardware. And I have my joysticks. I just don't have the gun and the keyboard that my ex-wife just uh, Ready to Rumble.
Rabbit hole. Rabbit hole.
Ready to Rumble. Good game.
Ready to Rumble, brother.
But
I had nothing else to say about Ready to Rumble, man. Yeah, it was a great game. So if you guys got the opportunity, like Fred said, go ahead and play that stuff. If you could get one of those OG consoles. If all else fails, try it with the emulator. But yeah, to play that game on an OG console, you will be having a great time. So
yeah. So Retro Wednesdays. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And we'll come back on another Wednesday with another retro game. So
there you go. Hey, shoot us some ideas up in the comments below, man. See what game you like for us to check out. If it's a game we played or a game you want us to play, just let us know. Put it in the comments below.
All right, that's good. I never thought about that, Mike. Yeah.
Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow with the channel. We're almost up to what is it, 1,000? Hey man, keep it coming, brother. It's a long, slow crawl, but hey, we definitely appreciate you guys tuning in and listen to us talk about these wonderful things that we love to do as far as gaming. So keep on letting people know what we do here at the Gaming Show. Tell them about it, man. Hit that bell, be notified when we drop videos like these, man. And keep coming back, man. The Gaming Show.
And please like and subscribe to all our social media networks, and we will see you next time on WWTF.
We want the facts.
Gaming Show.
Next time, keep watching as always. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, y'all.